All right. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining today. Soybean is a very interesting product. You need to see the industrial application of soybeans, what it can be used to do. And that's why I'm not surprised that soybean demand is getting close to $100 billion. I didn't even know it was that high until I tried to check. The last I checked was about 70 billion. Now it's about 100, I think 90 something billion dollars. The demand is growing and something worth considering for us in exports business. Now, we have a YouTube channel where we post information every week, Monday to Friday. You can do well to join us on YouTube, Voice of African Trade, Global Trade College. Subscribe, like, share, and remember to click on notification bell so you know when we post every day. Soybeans belong to the family of legumes native to East Asia. It's an important protein source in the ORM for over 5,000 years. Soybeans have been introduced to the Western world since 20th century. It grows on a variety of soils and a wide range of climates, ranging from tropical Brazil to snowy island in Hokkaido in North Japan. Then we have, as soybeans mature in the pod, they ripen into hard, dry beans. Although most soybeans are yellow, there are other varieties, rare varieties like brown, green, black, but not as common as yellow. Soybeans have been subject of debate due to genetically modified version. This is a big concern. Some people argue for and some people argue against GMO. However, they remain staple food in many parts of the world and continue to be versatile and valuable crop. Harvests extend from September through to December. In Nigeria, for example, you find it in Middle Belt and Benue State. The food basket is the largest producer. It's amazing how that state is food basket indeed. But sometimes the governor is not paying salary. And they are producing so much soybeans. And soybeans are produced in other part of Nigeria, but the major producer is in the Middle Belt. Now, if you want to export soybeans, international trade is all about specification. If you don't get specification right, you have issue with your shipment. For example, most buyers of soybeans want a purity level of 98% for the whole beans, not broken beans. 98%. Maximum of 2% foreign matter, dead stone, debris. 2%. Oil content, that's one of the reasons why people buy it. 18%. Minimum. Moisture content, maximum 10%. This helps prevent spoilage during transport and storage. Moisture is a big deal. The challenge of commodity is some farmers don't dry very well because it's a game of weight. When people are buying, they buy based on weight. Some people don't dry very well. So keep the weight up to be able to earn more. But that is not right. Foreign matter. Free of mud, stone, and other contaminants. Fumigation. May be fumigated to prevent infestation and pests. Odor free of abnormal smell. Insect free of live or dead insect. Mycotoxin. That's the aflatoxin. Produced by fungi that can grow in soybeans. The importing country may have specific regulation on maximum allowable level of toxin. And we'll see the one for America soon. A good soybeans should have a good natural color, free from objectionable odor, contain no live insect, toxin, mold, and be fit for human consumption. It can be graded into 3 A, B, C. For A, B, and C, maximum moisture is 12%. Some want as low as 10%, like I mentioned earlier. When the extraneous matter is getting to 3%, it's grade C. Grade A is 1%. So that defective grade, maximum 14%. Meaning that split 10%, green 2%, immature 2%. For grade A, maximum of defective grade 9%. 6% split, 2% green, 1% immature. Oil content, grade A, 18% minimum. Grade B, 16% minimum. And grade C, 14% minimum. Protein content, 36, 33, 30. It varies. The idea is this. When you are talking to a buyer, you agree with the buyer what you want, what he or she wants, but that will also be indicated in your contract. The essence of signing export contract is to ensure that you indicate the quality specification agreed by both parties. Because some people are buying it for the protein, some people are buying it for the oil, people are buying it for different reasons. And with the way it's going right now, many people are using it for a number of other things. That must be of interest to you. But depending on what the buyer wants to, that will be indicated in the contract. Let's look at the uses. Uses is very interesting for me. Soybeans have a wide variety of uses across various industries. But let's look at food. Tofu, soybeans is used to produce tofu, a popular protein-rich food made by curdling soy milk and pressing the result called into blocks. Soy milk, another very important outcome or derivative from soybeans. Young green soybeans are often boiled or steamed and served as a nutritional snack or appetizer. Tempeh, fermented soybeans are used to produce tempeh, a traditional Indonesian food, and cooking oil, of course. Soybeans oil is extracted from soybeans and is widely used as cooking oil due to its neutral flavor, high smoke point, and health benefit. Animal feed, a byproduct of soybeans after extraction of oil, is called soybean meal and is commonly used as protein-rich feed for livestock, poultry, aquaculture. Health supplements, soybeans contain compounds like isoflavone, which have been linked to potential health benefits, such as reducing risk of heart diseases. Food additive, soy lecithin, a byproduct of soya oil production, is commonly used as emulsifier in food processes. In summary, soybeans is an important source of high quality, inexpensive protein and oil, with an average protein content of about 40% or an oil content of about 20%. Soybean has the highest protein content of all food crops and is second only to groundnut in terms of oil among food legumes. The oil produced from soybeans is highly digestible and contains no cholesterol. Soybeans is the largest single source of edible oil and accounts for roughly 50% of total seed oil production worldwide. Soybeans is used for production of milk, edible oil, animal feed, and also useful in treatment of malnourished children, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa. Now, let's look at the industrial application. This is what is driving up the demand for soybeans. Now, so if you are looking at exporting and you are trying to find buyer, you are asking yourself, who are those producing biodiesel? Do they use soybeans? Those producing lecithin? Do they use soybeans? And biodegradable plastics and furniture. Look at this. A renewable fuel alternative made from vegetable oil, including soybean oil, biodiesel. Soybean diesel is a clean burning fuel. Can you see the reason why people are interested? It can be used to replace petroleum diesel in place of petroleum diesel. It can be used in place of petroleum diesel. The demand is growing, the planting is increasing because it can help to reduce greenhouse gas emission and the usage of fossil fuel. Research is going on in America and it's growing very fast. Lecithin, an emulsifier used in a variety of food and industrial products, it helps to keep ingredients mixed together that would normally separate, such as oil and water. It's found in many processed food, cosmetic, and pharmaceuticals. Printing ink. Soybeans can be used as a base in the printing of ink. Soybeans oil, soya-based milk, ink are more sustainable alternative to the petroleum-based ink, and they also produce fewer harmful fumes during printing. How about plastic? Soybeans oil can be used to make bio-based plastic, and that's what is making soybeans attractive. Biodegradable. So if you are thinking of an agri product that you want to consider for the future, maybe you should look at soybeans. These plastics are made from renewable sources, so they are biodegradable. That's one of the challenge in our society today. A lot of fossil fuel products are not environmentally friendly, they're not biodegradable, and hence helping in destroying our environment. This can help to reduce plastic pollution. Furniture. Soybeans oil can be used to make a renewable and biodegradable alternative to polyurethane foam for furniture cushions. For foam making in furniture, crayon. Soybeans crayon are safe and non-toxic alternative to the traditional crayon that is made from paraffin wax. Hydrocarbon. Paraffin wax. They are made from soy oil, another natural ingredient. Caulking and sealant. Soybeans oil can be used to make caulking and sealant that are more flexible and durable than traditional products. They are also less likely to crack or shrink over time. Cosmetics. Soy protein can be used in cosmetics as thickener, moisturizer, a natural alternative to synthetic ingredients, and therefore can help to improve the appearance of the skin. Building materials. Soy-based products can be used in a variety of building materials. It can be used to make adhesives. It can be used to make coatings, insulation. These products are more sustainable than the traditional option that can help to improve energy efficiency of building. Now, like I said, the reason why I'm spending a lot of time talking about the industrial usage is to let you understand the reason why the demand is about $94 billion. Synthetic fiber. Soybeans can be used to make a variety of synthetic fibers, such as nylon and polyester. These bio-based fibers are more sustainable alternative to petroleum-based fibers. Do you see the reason why there's a huge demand for soybeans? Now, let's now move on to discuss the potential. Now, you will now see something when we discuss the potential. You notice something. You see the uses, right? Let's see the country that buy. Your guess is as good as mine. Where is the factory of the world? The factory of the world is China. And China is the largest buyer of soybeans. Do you know that China's demand for soybeans is almost 60%? Lowest demand for soybeans is in Oceania, just about $10 million. Followed by Africa. Africa is even lower, 3.6. Sorry, Africa is higher, $3.65 billion. South America, $2.51 billion. Importer of soybeans. North America, $5.1 billion. US produce a lot, that's why US is not buying, because US is a major producer. In fact, in terms of production of soybeans, US, in terms of export of soybeans, US and Brazil are the major. Brazil exports 50% of global demand for soybeans. 50%. And US exports about 37% of global demand for soybeans. European, $11.3 billion demand for soybeans. China, Asia, $71 billion. The whole of Asia, of which China is taking up a very good chunk. Let's look at it. Look at the total demand of soybeans in the world, 93 billion. Let's say 94 billion, almost 100 billion. Who are those buying soybeans? China, almost 60%. Who are those buying soybeans? Mexico, 4.3%. Who are those buying soybeans? Spain, 2.5%. Germany, 2.5%. Japan, 2.6%. Even Egypt, 2.4%. So you now have to decide, where do you want to ship your soybeans to? Where are you shipping your soybeans to? When you begin to look for buyers, these are the information you need to be able to help you know where the market is. Look at the exporter. Brazil 50%, US 37%. These are the largest. Togo is even on the list in Africa. Nigeria need to wake up. Let's talk about packaging these products. Packaging soybeans for export. Packaging soybeans for export involves several important considerations to ensure the quality, safety, and compliance with international standards. Number one, quality control. Begin by ensuring that soybeans are of high quality. We talked about the quality specification. You remember? Moisture content should be at least, should not be more than rather 10%. Purity level should be minimum 98%. Oil content should be minimum 18%. Protein content should be minimum 30%. And should not contain insect, dead or alive, mycotoxin and the like. Quality control. Meaning if you are not likely going to be a farmer, maybe you are buying, you are not the farmer, or you are a merchant, these are the things you have to look out for when you are buying. And when you are testing, you prepare for export. Cleaning and sorting, of course, because it comes from the farm, it has the debris, the dirt, the stone, but remember, 98% purity. That means all the extraneous matters, foreign matters, no more than 2%. So there's need for cleaning to remove the impurities. Sort the beans to ensure uniform size and color, because this contributes to its marketability. Packaging. Use packaging material that comply with international standards. Common material like jute bag, polypropylene bag, or bulk container. Ensure that the packaging material are clean, durable, resistant to moisture. Moisture is a big challenge for agricultural commodity in general. Packaging side. This is determined by agreement between buyer and seller. Different markets have different sizes. Labeling product name, country, lot number, weight. Comply with the labeling standard of the importing country. Provide guidelines for proper storage condition, both during transport and at destination. Packaging integrity. Ensure the packaging is strong and secure to prevent damage during transit. This is particularly important for shipment. Consider additional protective measures such as using inner liners, moisture-absorbing material to safeguard the soybean from environmental conditions. Regulatory compliance. Familiarize yourself with import regulation of the destination country, including any specific requirement for soybeans products. Ensure compliance with international standards. Transport consideration. Choose appropriate transport methods by sea, by air, by land. Consider factors such as transit time, temperature control, and potential for damage in transit. Some countries are interested in traceability. They want to know the journey of the beans from the farm to fork. By paying careful attention to this aspect, you can ensure that your packaged beans product meet the necessary standard and regulation for successful export. It's also advisable to work closely with relevant authorities in order to ensure you keep abreast of the requirement as far as regulation is concerned. Let's look at packaging. Bulk shipment. The most common method is bulk shipment. Large specialized container directly loaded to the ship. Very cost effective. Or bulk bag, large woven PP bag. For bag shipment, you have woven PP bags, 25 and 50 kg, or jute person bag being used to convey the goods to destination. Now, bulk shipment. A 20-feet container, depending on the specific bulk container size and regulation, can typically hold 80 to 22 tons of soybeans. Now, if you are using a 1-ton bag, then you will put about 20 to 22 tons in the container, 20-feet container. If your bag is 25 kg, between 1/4 to 1/6 in a container. Now, because a typical container, if it's a 20-feet container, will be expected to carry about 27 tons, then you will not be able to put more than 1,000 thereabout in the container, because the total weight should not be more than 30 tons, and the container weight is already more than 2 tons. More than 2 tons. Additional consideration to soybean grade is important. Consider the choice and preference of destination country and control moisture in transit. We'll go on a short break now. When we return, we'll talk about paperwork, purchaser, pricing, and pitfalls.
John, a determined entrepreneur, desired to go into export business but was clueless about the process. He was introduced to Export Hack, a comprehensive and product-specific online course for mastering export of agro-commodities, processed foods, solid minerals and manufactured goods. John immediately bought the Export Hack for product of his choice at 100,000 naira per product and voraciously learned about the specifications, packaging, documentation, market potential, pitfalls, pricing, risk mitigation, and strategies for securing buyers abroad. Through Export Hack's guidance, John boosted his export skills and became a proficient exporter. With the newfound expertise, he navigated the challenging landscape and successfully avoided common pitfalls in export business. Today, John stands as a master in exports business, a testament to his perseverance and invaluable lessons from the Export Hack. To buy the Export Hack for your product of choice, visit globaltradecollege.com or call 080920000424, 080920000424.
Let's move on to paperwork. Paperwork, documentation. International trade is largely a business of documentation and logistics. I say this every week. This is commodity, so it has its own peculiarity as far as documentation is concerned. If you are studying from Nigeria, for example, you were expected to register a limited liability company, get an export certificate from Nigeria Promotion Council, get a pro forma invoice, process your NXP on the platform tradesystem.gov.ng, process, attach pro forma invoice, export certificate, fill in the detail, submit to Nero Technology online, submit to your bank, who then transmit to the inspection agent. What then happened afterwards is that custom issue single good declaration, while the inspection agent issue CCI, clean certificate of inspection. Clean certificate of inspection. The buyer will need a shipping document, bill of lading, invoice, and packing list. Then you will need phytosanitary certificate, humane certificate, because it's commodity, plus the third-party inspection document. So you need document like invoice, detailing quality, quantity, value, and other information. Packing list, showing the number of bags, weight, packaging. Bill of lading, showing the shipper, carrier, and transport time to destination. Percent certificate, issued by the Nigeria Accra Quarantine Service, basically to ensure that the item being exported is free of pest. Certificate of origin, depending on the country, actually. Then, certificate of analysis, that's quality and quantity inspection, usually by the third-party inspection agent. Labeling, ensure your label comply with the importing country regulation, including ingredient list, compliance certificate, specific certification like organic, non-GMO should also be indicated, and additional certificate like food certificate might also be required. Destination country regulation, aflatoxin. I'll talk about aflatoxin later on. Many countries have strict regulation on aflatoxin level in food import, ensure soybeans comply with this limit. Now, processes. What are the processes involved? Step-by-step process. What's the first thing you should consider if you want to go into export? Get Export Hack. Learn about the business. Learn about the process. The first thing is preparation. And that point is the point of learning, acquiring all the skills, getting all the information required about the product, about the packaging, about the purchaser, about the paperwork, all the information. That's why we actually put together Export Hack, such that you can have a point you can go for refresher, and when you gain access on globaltradecollege.com, it's lifetime access. So 2-3 years down the line, you can always go back to that platform and still watch it again and go through it again. Why? Just to refresh your mind, to ensure that you don't miss out anything in the process of export. Preparation. Proper preparation precedes good performance. Poor preparation precedes poor performance. If you are adequately prepared and deem export ready, then you know what to do to promote. Now, if you notice when we started, if you are promoting, now you know the country you should be promoting to, because you know where the buyers are. Your promotional activity should be targeted at China, Spain, Germany, Egypt, Mexico, Netherlands, Japan. These are the top import countries for soybeans. Remember, the demand is over 90 billion, more than all agro commodity that Nigeria sit down with trying to export. We need to do something about exporting soybeans. Nigeria has exported soybeans. It's now among the top on the list of items of export of Nigeria, but it's not where it should be yet. Before, it was not there, but we've been able to work on our costing and pricing because our pricing was too high at some point, too high. But now we're doing a lot better. When you have done promotion very well, getting purchase order become easier. When purchase order is signed, then you can do your procurement either as an exporter, from the merchant, from the farmer. If you're buying from the farmers, ensure it's clean. If you're buying from the merchant, most likely it's clean, although it will be more expensive. Do your packaging and labeling, put it in the bags based on agreement to your buyer. 25 kg, 50 kg, 80 kg, 100 kg bag. Don't forget container preparation before loading. Pre-export documentation, we've discussed that already. NXT, Proforma invoice, Nigerian Export Promotion Council certificate, all that will be processed at that point. Then you do port clearance and inspection at the origin port, with the government agencies and the pre-shipment inspection agent. Then post-export documentation after the good has been shipped. So port-to-port shipment, after you've done the post-export document, bill of lading, invoice, packing list, and all those things together, port-to-port shipment is done afterwards. And then document arrive at destination, either to the buyer or to the buyer's bank. Destination inspection is done and payment is made. Purchasers, remember, to get the buyer, you know the country. Ask yourself, in that country, what are they using it for? Is it a factory using it? Are they in a particular location so you can direct your promotion activity in that country? Now, how do we get buyers? We now know the country where the buyers are, and there are different options you can use to get buyers in those countries. You can use social media to promote in that country through Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. But do not promote on social media until you have mastered and put in place the protocol to follow. You need to follow a set of protocols. Don't go and promote, for example, you can't be promoting on Instagram when you don't have a website, a way you can be verified, when you don't have a representative. Those are going to be wasted effort. You can go to B2B platforms, business-to-business platform where you can actually promote your product and get buyers. You can buy data. You see those countries? You can buy data of importers in those countries. Usually expensive, but it's worth it. And then you can attend National Trade Fair, which is usually the most expensive. You see these partners, for every option you want to explore, please ensure you don't joke with partners. Oversee representative or a subsidiary company you partner with, or you set up a branch, whichever way, you have a rep abroad. Do not ship to a market where you do not have a representative. And if you want to learn how to get representative abroad, either through friend or relative or professional salesperson, you can get a course called Engaging Overseas Sales Representative. We have a course like that if you visit Global Trade College, you see a lot of courses listed on globaltradecollege.com, and one of the courses there is Engaging Overseas Sales Representative, and you can purchase online with your card. Pricing. One of the evidence of preparation for export is being able to calculate the pricing of the product you want to export. An evidence of export readiness. Not being able to calculate it is a sign of lack of export readiness. Now, the product cost, the quantity times unit price to get the total. This depends on the product you are exporting. Transport to the warehouse or terminal. One container times unit price times quantity, depend on the hauling firm. Warehousing, a container load, the unit price sometimes per ton, unit price per ton times quantity, usually 30 to 40K per metric ton. Transport to the port, depend on the hauling firm. Freight forwarder, usually about 200 to 250 per container. They have service charge. Shipping line local charges, 35,000. Freight charge, depending on shipping line, and this is paid in dollars. NSP charge about 8,000 per NSP. Net fee 0.5% of the FOB. Container stuffing and logistics, about 150 per container. Terminal handling charge, about 110 per container. Marine insurance, 0.8 to 0.4 to 0.8% of the invoice value, depend on the insurance company. Please don't export without doing insurance. It doesn't make sense. Inspection fee between 100 and 150 per container, depending on the inspection company and the parameters to be tested. Certificate of origin, 36,000 per shipment. Fungation certificate, 30 to 40,000 per container. Phytosanitary certificate, 25 to 35,000 per container. Now, for fungation certificate, they also charge $3 to $5 per metric tons. That's the commodity levy or export levy. NAFDAC or mineral certificate determined by the government agency, and interest rate defined by the bank if you are taking a loan. So your total cost is there. Then this is the total selling price minus the total cost to give the profit from where you can calculate your ROI. Please note, don't be too optimistic in your estimation of cost and ROI. Please don't be too optimistic. Don't be too optimistic. Try to stay below the non-parallel market official exchange rate. Use exchange rate that is slightly below the official rate in your narrow estimation of selling price. Know that freight charge is paid in FX, and therefore use exchange rate that are slightly above the parallel market. When you are calculating freight charge, use parallel market because you are going to buy it there. But when you are calculating your selling price, use the lower. Be very pessimistic. But use the higher price in your costing, but in your selling price, use the lower price. If it goes up, it's good for you. Now you make more profit at the end of the day. It's good for you. You make more profit at the end of the day. Always ensure that items of export are insured. Manufactured goods do not require warehousing, Pakistani certificate of weight certificate. But agro commodities require warehousing. Warehousing cost because of the services to be rendered by quarantine and federal produce. NAFDAC certificate fee is only required for processed food. It's not required if you are selling. Freight cost is required if you are selling in CFR. Freight cost is required for sales price or CFR contract. Freight and insurance cost is not required for sales price of FOB contract. Let's wrap up with pitfalls. Exporting soybeans come with share of challenges, and these are common quality issues that exporters may encounter in the course of exportation. Now, when you hear our products are being rejected, this is the issue. Mitigating this issue involves a combination of good agricultural practices, post-harvest handling, and adhering to quality control measures. Here are some common quality issues and potential mitigation strategies. Number one, contamination of foreign materials. Presence of dirt, stone, foreign materials. This is where cleaning coming and sorting coming. There are machines that do this cleaning in Nigeria, so you can take it to where it can be thoroughly cleaned. You can also educate farmers on post-harvest, on proper harvesting to minimize soil contamination. Then, mold and fungi. Moisture content in soybeans lead to mold and fungi. A lot of farmers, in the bid to make more money, want the moisture level to be higher because it's a game of weight that used to calculate the pricing. Proper drying before storage is important, so there won't be growing mold inside the bag. Use moisture absorbing material in packaging, prevent moisture buildup. Monitor and control moisture during transport. Insect infestation. One of the reasons for putting those desiccants, those bags, is to absorb moisture in transit. You see the picture I showed you with the container. Insect infestation. Infestation by insects during storage and transit. This is why they put a chemical. If you remember, let me show you the picture again. You see this, that small thing you call FPIS cano. That is the chemical right there inside. to be able to, to fumigate, to actually remove pests from the container as much as possible. Pest infestation. Effective pest control during cultivation and storage. Use insect-resistant packaging and treat packaging with appropriate insecticide. Monitor storage facility regularly for signs of infestation. Okay. Ensure, rancidity and no flavor. Ensure exposure to heat and lighting. Exposure to heat and light cause rancidity. Remember, that's oil. Store soybeans in cool, dark conditions to minimize exposure to heat and light. Use packaging materials that provide protection against light. Monitor storage condition and transportation to prevent temperature fluctuation. Lack of traceability. For some country, they are very interested in where it's coming from to implement traceability system for such country. Poor packaging, damage and inadequate packaging leading to physical damage. Use high quality durable packaging material, proper cushioning or support within packaging. Collaborate with reliable packaging supplier. So use packaging material that meets international standards. Inadequate documentation. This is very important. Let's now round off with aflatoxin contamination. This is very, very important. Very, very important. Why? Because aflatoxin is a naturally occurring toxin produced by fungi and can contaminate soybeans. Aflatoxin contamination is a major concern for soybean producer and consumer because it can cause serious health problems in humans. They are carcinogenic, they can cause cancer, and they can damage the liver. The risk of aflatoxin contamination in soybeans varies depending on several factors, including climate. Aflatoxin growth is favored by warm and humid conditions. Agric practices that stress soybean plants, such as drought, insect damage, can make them more susceptible to fungal infection. Storage. Improper soybeans storage can create ideal conditions for fungal growth. Fungal growth. How do you prevent this or reduce the risk? Harvest soybeans at maturity, dry them thoroughly after harvest, store in cool, dry condition, sort and clean before storage or processing to remove damaged and infected beans, and monitor for fungal growth. Regulatory agencies around the world have set limits for the amount of aflatoxin that are allowed in food and animal feed. These limits are in place to protect human health and animal health. US set a limit of 20 parts per billion of aflatoxin in soybean intended for human consumption. Mitigating these quality issues require a holistic approach that spans the entire supply chain. Regularly monitoring, training, collaborating with farmers, suppliers, relevant authority contribute to successful export of high quality soybean. Additionally, staying informed about international standards and market requirements is crucial in achieving success in soybeans.
John, a determined entrepreneur, desired to go into export business but was clueless about the process. He was introduced to Export Hack, a comprehensive and product-specific online course for mastering export of agro-commodities, processed foods, solid minerals and manufactured goods. John immediately bought the Export Hack for product of his choice at 100,000 Naira per product and voraciously learned about the specifications, packaging, documentation, market potential, pitfalls, pricing, risk mitigation, and strategies for securing buyers abroad. Through Export Hack's guidance, John boosted his export skills and became a proficient exporter. With the newfound expertise, he navigated the challenging landscape and successfully avoided common pitfalls in export business. Today, John stands as a master in exports business, a testament to his perseverance and invaluable lessons from the Export Hack. To buy the Export Hack for your product of choice, visit globaltradecollege.com or call 080920000424, 080920000424.
All right, thank you very much everyone for joining us today.